shoot, what said did you claim it? Instant Xbox, spin the block, his legs slide. Fast talker, no riddling, moonwalker, selling moon rock just to make dividends. You in traffic with family? That much make it a portrait. Gun kick back, not grannies from porches. David on the scene, you know that it's scorching. What's a man with king? No response to the saying, advancing the line, advancing the payment. You front the game and shoot, what said did you claim?
You already know the time, told my boys to hold the line. We gon' shoot it out in seconds, leave you posted like a vine. Bow your head down to the king, leave your roses at the shrine. We stay ready for the war, just need the king to drop the sign. Say what you running from, what you running from? I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? Say what you running from, what you running from? I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? This what you wanted. This what you wanted, huh?
Peace and blessings. Welcome back to Xbox Frontline News with your boy, the King. This is Friday. We're going to get into the stuff. We're going to get in and out. Fight Night Fridays. You know what I got to do, so don't even act like you don't know. You go to Frontline Gaming Streams. If you want to hang out on Fight Night Fridays, it already happened. This is already pre-recorded. I already got busy. We already had fun. I don't know what we're playing, but we're going to get it done. But that's what we do over there. Let's get into these topics, man. You know, because that state of play came through and dudes is capping out here in the streets. Now, yesterday, if anybody got a chance to watch me do the Ghost of Yotei live stream, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Now, I'm going to be doing more live streaming whenever it's possible. But there's a couple of things I need to point out. Now, we know this is Sony's one big title of the year. And I don't know if that strategy holds weight. And let me explain. When you have a streaming service, when you have content that you want to distribute to the masses, you have to introduce some type of FOMO. And I think the reason why the PlayStation Plus doesn't introduce FOMO is because they don't have the breadth of first party titles that are releasing day and day into the ecosystem. Now, the reason why PlayStation is a platform and is an ecosystem because it is third party and it's available in multiple places. It's not a question of if, it's a question of when, right? And I guess that's based on allocated resources of getting titles to other platforms. Titles like Ghost of Yotei, right? Now, as you can see, Ghost of Yotei here, and I'm going to show you Ghost of Tsushima, and we can tell that they've upgraded the engine tremendously. Now, remember, the original Ghost of Tsushima was tied to the PlayStation 4, and a lot of the geometric engine was based off of its ties being inherently based into the PlayStation 4. Now, you have a title that is completely PlayStation 5 with no lineage to the PlayStation 4, even though I feel that this game is apparently DLC. The game, I can't say that it isn't a good looking game. It looks very good. It's a very gorgeously detailed game. Is it a story that we care about? Now, I was giving my comparisons to the Hateful Eight. What I was talking about when I was saying the Hateful Eight, I was talking about the people that were involved as far as the antagonists in the game, in the movie. Now, in this, you have the Yotei 6, and they have to get revenge. And she has to get revenge. We've seen this story. We've seen the story in Kill Bill. Kill Bill is a little bit different. That was her wedding and all this other stuff. But again, it's a story tried and true. It was a revenge story. The first one was a revenge story as far as Jin Sakai, right? So now we get the chance to see. We saw the masculine. Now we get a chance to see the feminine. But this game comes out. It's not going to be in Game of the Year category. It won't be available for that because by the time the game comes out, I think it doesn't meet the criteria of making it there, right? So that's neither here nor there. Who really cares? I don't care about Game of the Year stuff. What I do care about is the level of detail put in a game, and is the game worth $70? Now, a lot of people is going to tell you no game is worth $70, King, and I'm going to say that the sustainability of the PlayStation ecosystem is dependent on games like this to either sell at $70 or meet close to the retail suggested price. Based off of they don't have as many titles as you would say an Xbox to go into the ecosystem. So seeing Ghost of Yotei yesterday, I really wanted to know people's thought about the game, because me personally, I felt that the game itself kind of looked more to be DLC, smaller, Assassin's Creed type of spin to it, to a lesser degree, just more of the same. Now, more of the same isn't bad, but is Sony playing it safe? See, I come from the days of reckless Sony, when Sony was doing the most to get the most back. Risk it all to gain it all type of things. You risk little chips, you can lose a little, you can gain a lot, right? Or you can risk a little and gain none at all. I think they're going with that model. Do I agree with that model? For a lot of Ghost of Tsushima people, what you see here sliding down using the rope and all this other stuff may play into what they want to play. This may be in their wheelhouse. Me personally, I will have to play the game regardless to what, because I'm going to be reviewing it more than likely. But as a side note, are you more comfortable with Sony charging full price with games that are actually DLC? And if you're comfortable with that being a thing, then my bigger question to you is, are you comfortable with getting one title a year that is not as robust as a AAA title as they would want you to believe, charging you full price? Is that okay now? You see, because if they're giving you multiple titles that are Prosudio AAA, like this DLC, but they give you 3 per year at that going rate of $70, is that okay? I don't think they have enough studios. I think they're still chasing that live service money. They will continue to invest in smaller DLC titles like this. We have mini games and stuff like this that are variation to what the actual main games and main titles are. Like I've heard that God of War was supposed to have an Atreus like spinoff. Loki spinoff. I don't know. This for me, and I'm going by a person, like let's say if I was a person on the outside looking in, to see if I actually wanted to purchase this title, I don't think it would have moved me forward. Now, if I'm an actual owner of the first one and the remaster, then I might be super interested. Or do I catch it on sale? One thing I needed to address is them having the console. The console, I didn't think was smart. I think, well, offer the console. It's cool. I know you want to bundle it in and you want to get your numbers up by that, and that's false numbers. But also, sell the panels so the owners of the original consoles could just take the panels off and swap them out and have custom panels. I think custom panels goes a long way with showing their fandom for people in these times where economically they don't actually have it, especially if you cheapen out on them and giving them DLC, calling it a full price game, a full AAA title. It isn't, and it's based off of the same tech, and of course, reused assets, prettied up with a engine that has been made better by coding and time. doesn't change the fact that the game still doesn't look as impressive from the initial jump than the original Ghost. And of course, why would it, right? Being that it's basically using the same engine, using pretty much the same assets. It's pretty much DLC. And I think they could have got away with just selling it for DLC price, $40, and getting this game out there. I think it would sell more. I think it would go better with the fan base. But again, if you're interested in it, let me know in the comments. Okay, so the Halo news has been coming in pretty much rapidly. If you've been watching, Halo Infinite's multiplayer has a number of updates. They have an extraction mode. They have a whole bunch of things that's happening with that. But in also in line with all the Halo news gearing up to what is set to be Halo release next year, it comes in the vein of a remake of Halo Combat Evolved. So Halo Combat Evolved remake will only feature the campaign mode, it's claimed. So the one that's supposed to release next year, it was started in 2023. This reputable YouTube page had a video up, and they're talking about, it's called Ribs Gaming. In the latest video, he said he shares, a couple of details on Project Icar, about Halo 7, which is Halo 7, and how that is supposed to be some form of extension or some type of breakaway using the Unreal 5 engine that's going to be released on next-gen Xbox hardware. But for this project, the Halo Champion Edition Combat Evolved remake is set to come next year, and is not going to have any it's not going to have any multiplayer. I don't know how you guys think about that, or what you think about that, right? Me personally, I think that in this rumored, we're going to hear those rumors anyway. I always thought, and I told people anyway, that they were going to make Combat Evolved and release that on PlayStation. And the Xbox was going to get the updated, just the same way that they did Gears. Now, if you see how they did Gears Reloaded, that game is going to be released into Game Pass. And those people that purchase the Gears Reloaded is going to get the updated version of 4K, 60 frames per second, all the bells and whistles and all the other stuff. And for the new people over at PlayStation, they're going to get a chance to experience Gears that way. I believe Halo is going to be done the same way. Only thing different here is what we're hearing is that there's going to be absolutely no multiplayer. And I think that still plays into the fact that Halo multiplayer is still a thing. I think Halo's multiplayer being as robust as it is keeps it from being, how would you say, one of those games that's going to be fodder for the test subject, right? Multiplayer is, they have the extraction, they have new arenas, they have all the stuff that was necessary that they lacked in the beginning. All that stuff is available now. So I do believe Halo is in a good place. I think they needed to build up the Gears crowd, so they gave them multiplayer. I do believe that Gears might be available next year. And I'm talking about E-Day, but I don't think that's day and date on the PlayStation. I don't know. But this game here, I believe that the Halo Combat Evolved is going to be on PlayStation. I think it comes day and date, and I think that's the reason why, to introduce Halo to that group, that core group of people over there, in order to get them ready for what you can say. Like, so maybe that happens and they get Game Pass. Now, being that Game Pass is available on many different devices, you might be, oh, cool, I play Halo, I want to play some multiplayer. See multiplayer, you might jump in on it on someplace else. All right, so I think they're big braining it too much. Maybe work, maybe don't work, but this is the information that I do have on Halo today. So again, take this with a grain of salt, but it might be something. Nintendo doesn't care, man. They out for the money. They are the greediest. They are by far the greediest, most diabolical when it comes to this situation. They're not playing any games. Nintendo has taken away the game vouchers. Now, I use game vouchers with Nintendo. That's how I would go and buy 2 games for the price of 1. I will get those vouchers, knock that out. You'll be able to get 2 high-priced games. Nintendo announced that the Nintendo Switch game vouchers will be discontinued January 30th, 2026. The announcement comes via Nintendo support, who says that brought the unused vouchers will expire in 12 months after the date of purchase. As expected, many fans are disappointed with the announcement, but some believe that it was only a matter of time before it was announced due to the vouchers not being supported for the Switch 2. But in other Switch news, the notorious GameStop scalper that broke several Nintendo Switches on launch day is being auctioned off. So listen. The stapler that broke mad Switches, that's a scalper, sorry. The stapler is being auctioned off on eBay. Y'all dudes are, it's anything nowadays, man. It's anything to get famous. This is a scary time. From Nintendo taking away the voucher system to sicken the hounds of the FBI on your ass, go ahead and try if you want to see if you're going to test their gangster. Nintendo is not playing. If you want to do piracy, you're not going to do it on their watch. And they have, the FBI works with Nintendo hand in hand. Nintendo is the feds. According to Kotaku, the FBI held a law enforcement operation yesterday where the popular Nintendo Switch piracy site NSW2U was taken down. If you head to the website right now, you'll see that new mess was titled, "This website has been seized." Messages explain that the move is in accordance with the seizures warrant issued pursuant to 18 U.S.C. 2323 issued by United States District Court of the Northern District of Georgia. The law enforcement operations of the popular Nintendo Switch ROM's website was conducted by the Federal Bureau of Investigation and Dutch agency called the Fiscal Information Investigation Service. Nintendo's recent history with piracy shows you they are not the ones to be played with. If you thought you was going to link Donkey Kong before Donkey Kong was coming out, they got a banana for you, B. It's not going down like that. The Nintendo doesn't play like that. Nintendo throws hot ones your way. If you think it's a joke, keep playing with Nintendo. They already took away your vouchers. Don't let them brick your console, son. They will brick your console. They are the only ones actively telling you, F around and find out. You're going to find out they're going to brick your joint, son. They're going to brick your joint. Again, this is the visual, what I was talking about with the Ghost of Yotei unveils a limited edition PlayStation 5 consoles and accessories. I have no problem with the accessories as far as the controllers and stuff like that. Great. Sell the panels, get the panels out there. But it just seems to me like it's try to inflate numbers as units that they will get to out in circulation and then boast of the numbers of the sales of the game itself, because it's tied to that, and they count each game and console separately, not as one unit. So again, regardless of what, I just think that if you're a fan, you should be able to get those panels. That's it. Well, if you're a fan of Xbox, you're a fan of games, you're a fan of everything that's going on, listen, enjoy your weekend, have fun. We had fun here. Sony, I think, is in a bit of trouble. I think they need to find themselves. They need to understand where they fit in this ecosystem, because I really don't think that they fit properly. I don't think one title a year is going to get it at all, especially if the title is built out to be a AAA title, but is giving me AA vibes with AAA prices and DLC content type of thing. I don't see that. Halo going over to PlayStation. I told you that remake for Combat Evolved was going to do that anyway. That's not a surprise to me. Xbox is doing what Xbox is doing. They all doing the same thing. Don't be surprised when Ghost of Tsushima ends up on Xbox. That's about to happen. So, yo, listen. Like, follow, subscribe, hit the notification button. I'm going to take that logo and I'm going to throw that around Superman because I hear it's ill and I want to go see that. So I'm going to tell y'all like I always do. Try to play the Game Pass. Ain't that right, Bella? What are you doing? Stop hitting my hand. I can't even turn it off.